If you type in sourdough into the YouTube search bar, the algorithm will enter a state of paralysis and for days on end will only show you people groping sourdough breads in front of a camera. Since this, however, is a special snowflake among the baking channels, we will take a different path and ask how to make bread tender. And there are actually a couple of answers, so here is a quick breakdown. The reason why bread is fluffy and chewy is gluten. Gluten is made up of two proteins, glutenin and gliadin. When mixed with water and kneaded, these proteins link up with each other and form the gluten network. So if we want our bread to be tender instead of chewy, we have to weaken this very network. And apart from choosing the right kind of flour and reducing the mixing to a bare minimum, I found 5 ways to do so. The first one is adding a lot of water. When hydration levels rise above 200%, the gluten proteins are simply too diluted to form strong bonds. This is why crepe batter can be beaten as much as you like, the crepe won't turn out chewy. Second, adding fat. Fat essentially shortens the gluten strings by coating individual flour particles and preventing them from connecting with others, which is why in baking, fats are referred to as shortenings. Number 3, adding sugar. To form bonds, the gluten proteins need water. Sugar is hygroscopic, meaning it absorbs water from its surroundings, so when we add it to the dough, there will be less water available for the gluten proteins. Number 4, additional starches. Starches are the go-to way for tender bread because not only do they absorb a lot of water and leave the gluten proteins dehydrated, starches also swell up in that process and thereby disrupt the gluten network even further. And finally, number 5, denaturation. Some of you might have heard about the technique of scalding, in which boiling water is poured over parts of the flour. This is primarily done to gelatinize starches, a process in which they absorb even more water and make the bread nice and moist. But what the heat of the boiling water also does is denature the gluten proteins. The proteins change their structure and lose their ability to form a cohesive network, which, by the way, is exactly what happens when we bake something.